He wasn't just a teacher. He wasn't just a prophet. He was God incarnate Emmanuel, God with us, walking among us, eating with us, bleeding for us. And then came the moment everything changed. Not a defeat, not an ending, but an ascension, a return to glory, a triumph so powerful that heaven itself opened to receive him. For 40 days after his resurrection, Jesus appeared to his disciples, not as a ghost, not as a vision, as a living, breathing, physical presence. He ate fish. He let them touch his scars. He taught them. He healed their doubt. But there was something building a crescendo, an urgency in his voice. In the city of Jerusalem, in those final days, Jesus gathered his closest followers. They were confused, frightened. The crucifixion had shattered everything they believed, and even his resurrection, miraculous as it was, left them with burning questions. "Master," they asked, "is this the time? Will you now restore the kingdom to Israel?" Listen to his response. Not anger, not impatience, but a gentle redirection. "It is not for you to know the times or dates the Father has set by his own authority, but you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you." And then he told them to wait, to gather, to stay in Jerusalem until the gift arrived. They didn't understand it yet. None of them did. By the way, if you find these Bible stories powerful and moving, please consider subscribing. It takes incredible time and effort to create these animations and scripts, and your support truly means everything to us. Now, picture this moment, the Mount of Olives, a sacred place. Jesus stands with his disciples gathered around him. The city of Jerusalem spreads below them, the temple, the streets, the places where he taught and healed and challenged the religious establishment, the place where they crucified him just 40 days earlier. And here he was, alive, glorified, his presence carrying a weight, a reality that seemed almost too holy to stand near. His disciples watched him. They were memorizing this. They knew something momentous was about to happen. You could feel it in the air, the heaviness of divinity about to depart. But before the departure came the blessing. Jesus lifted his hands over them, not to command them, not to condemn them, to bless them. Can you imagine that moment? The one they had abandoned, the one they had denied, the one they had fled. When they took him to the cross, he stood before them with hands raised, blessing them. Not anger, blessing. And as he blessed them, something impossible happened. He was lifted up, not by a chariot, not by human hands, lifted ascending as the disciples stood watching in stunned silence, up through the air, higher, into the clouds that covered the sky. The Galilean rabbi, the carpenter's son, the one they had walked with for 3 years, was returning to his throne. Some fell to their knees, some wept, some reached upward as if they could pull him back, keep him there, never let this moment end. But he rose above the clouds. His body, glorified and radiant, disappeared from their sight. The very one who had been born in a manger, who had washed their feet, who had died a criminal's death, was now ascending to the position he had held before time began. And here's where it gets extraordinary. 2 figures appeared beside them, men in white, angels. They spoke with quiet authority. "Why do you stand here looking up at the sky? This same Jesus, who has been taken from you into heaven, will come back in the same way you have seen him go into heaven." Let that sink in. Jesus ascended in a cloud. Jesus will return in the clouds. What he left, he will return to claim. What he departed, he will complete. But the disciples, they didn't feel abandoned. That's the stunning part of this story. When you read the accounts, they returned to Jerusalem with fire in their hearts, not despair, not doubt. Holy. They gathered in the upper room waiting for the promise. They devoted themselves to prayer and waited for the Holy Spirit that Jesus had promised would come and empower them. The ascension wasn't an ending, it was a transition. It was the moment when Jesus passed the baton of his earthly mission to his followers and to us. Think about what happened next. 50 days later, on the day of Pentecost, the Holy Spirit came like a rushing mighty wind. Tongues of fire rested on their heads. They spoke in languages they'd never learned. 3,000 people came to faith in a single day. The disciples who had hidden behind locked doors now stood in the streets proclaiming the resurrection boldly, fearlessly, even in the face of arrest and beatings. Why the transformation? Because they weren't just remembering a dead teacher anymore. They were filled with his Spirit. They carried his power. They were extensions of his authority on earth. And here's where your story connects. Perhaps you felt abandoned. Perhaps you've prayed and waited and wondered where God went. Perhaps you've gone through your own valley of loss, a betrayal, a diagnosis, a failure, a closed door, and you've asked the same question the disciples might have asked watching Jesus rise into the clouds. What now? But what if your circumstances aren't an ascension away from you? What if they're an ascension to something greater? Jesus told his disciples plainly, "I am going away, but it is for your good. If I don't go, the Helper won't come to you. But when I go, I will send the Helper to you." Do you understand what he was saying? His physical departure made room for his spiritual presence, not just in one location, but everywhere. Not just with the 12, but with you, right now, in your car, in your home, in your workplace, in your pain. The same Jesus who blessed the disciples is blessing you today. The same power that filled that upper room is available to you right now. The same Holy Spirit that empowered them to turn the world upside down is waiting to fill you. But here's the critical question. Are you waiting? Are you willing to abandon your fear and step into the assignment God has for you? Are you willing to be the instrument he needs for your generation? Are you willing to say yes to what seems impossible? Because that's what the disciples had to do. They had to choose faith over fear. They had to move from watching and waiting to acting and declaring. They had to become what Jesus had prepared them to be. Maybe you are exactly where you are for such a time as this. Maybe your pain has positioned you for purpose. Maybe your ascension, your breakthrough, your promotion, your restoration is coming, but not the way you expected. Maybe it looks like humility before honor, like waiting before rising, like surrender before authority. The Ascension teaches us this. When Jesus left, he didn't leave us powerless. He left us powerful, empowered, positioned, ready. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really helps us continue providing you with these powerful Bible stories. Leave your like if the Ascension speaks to your heart today. And comment below, declare, "My Ascension is coming," or "I receive the Holy Spirit today," or share how this story challenged you, even if you disagree with something. We want to hear your voice. This is your moment. This is your time. Rees.